What's up, guys? I'm back. I'm back. Reason is for no 2 Minute Tuesday, and your boy doesn't have their Mac muted. Reason why there's no 2 Minute Tuesday for right now, fixing it. Hopefully next week I get 2 Minute Tuesday running. Is that school? School is a pain, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So in this video, as guys you can see in the title, we're gonna be talking about what I recommend you guys if you're planning to build an editing rig. Like the one I have, Apollo. He's running a lot of stuff. I have everything. Notes, cause your boy's memory is low key terrible. I'm not gonna cap with y'all. But yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so first thing I recommend you guys looking into are chips, CPU chips. I have Ryzen 2700X, 4.6 gigs. Clocked my chip. I can't show you guys, but it's gonna be somewhere on the screen. That thing is the best bang for the buck when I got it. That's like the mid tier I recommend you guys. These are the options I recommend you guys. The options are the AMD Ryzen 9 3900 XT. It's gonna run you about $476. So yeah, pretty expensive, but the thing is quick for processing stuff and rendering stuff. And then if you really have a budget, like a low budget, I recommend you guys looking into the AMD Ryzen 5 2600 series. The 2000 series, the stock no X, is 154 with 88 cents at the time recording. That's, I think so, 4 cores. It's gonna be somewhere on the screen. Don't correct me. 4 cores with 8 multi-thread, something like that. But yeah, those are my recommendations if you guys want to go big. The AMD Ryzen 9 3900 XT is the best option for me right now. I will eventually one day upgrade, but for that, next thing to do is motherboard. The one that I have is a it's a B450 Asus Pro Wi-Fi. The time that I'm recording as well, like I said, they're out of stock. When I got mine, it was like 125, give or take. I don't know if you guys won't find it no more, but I got other recommendations for your motherboard. The first one is the Asus ROG Streak B450F Gaming Motherboard ATX. Just because it says it's a gaming motherboard doesn't mean it's only meant for gaming, guys. That's just it. You can do a lot of stuff. That motherboard is gonna cost you around $129. Sometimes you guys can find it on sale or not, depending on the day you look into the stuff. Be patient when you're building a PC. If you're really rushing it, yeah, you have to go for it. The other motherboard I recommend you guys is the latest ones, like the new series, the B550s. Came out 3 months ago or 2 months ago, I believe. The one I recommend you guys is the Gigabyte B550 Aorus Pro motherboard ATX 169. Excuse me. Reason why I recommend you guys ATX, because they're a bit more powerful than MATX. That means smaller. And then one thing when you look into motherboards, you have 4 slots of RAM. Why? Because you can one day upgrade instead of upgrading the motherboard. That's why I recommend you guys always having at least 4 slots or more if possible. And if your case is not big as ATX, that's fine, no problem. Just do your work, do your research more when looking into motherboards. Now, the reason why you guys have those 4 slots of RAM, now these are the reasons, right? The ones that I'm rocking are the Corsair Vengeance Pro 36 gigs, 3200s, phenomenal, fantastic. Reason why I went with those, Adobe takes as much gigabytes as you give it, 125, anything as much as you give it, faster the better the render. The ones I recommend if you're in a low budget are the Corsair Vengeance Pro again, 16 gigs. Try to not go lower than 16 gigs now, because softwares are asking more than 8 gigs up to 16 gigs more. These are the DDR4's 3600s that cost $100. Now clearly mine are 3200 at the time that I got them, but it's gonna be a certain point in life that there's always gonna be something better than what you already have. So yeah, my recommendations are the Corsair Vengeance 16 gigs, 2x8. Get 2 if possible, because then you can have multi-channels that they both help on. Like if you only have one, that's the only one that's running. Unless you have 2, they're both working, not overdoing too much work. And now comes for the rendering. What do you want all the stuff to be rendered or set out once when you're done with your final product? M.2 is the way to go when you're editing. If you don't know what M.2 is, it's like a SSD card. Besides, it's the PCI Express is way faster than SATA port. So the ones that I have is a SSD Gigabyte Aurora, not NVIDIA Row. We'll get there too in a minute. NVMe M.2, 256 gigs. Reason why I wanted it, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just liked how it looked, and then that's why I got it. But now I did my work more. Recommendations for if you're in a base model budget or just trying to find something cheap. The Samsung's 9700 EVO Plus SSD, 500 gigs, M.2. That's gonna run you about $90, not including tax and shipping. Samsung in general are just fast chips. You can't lie. It's at that time. Even if you're an Apple fan, even if you have a MacBook. But yeah. Now, if you really want to just blow it out for SSD, M.2, get the Corsair Force Series MP600, 1 terabyte. I mean, 1 terabyte should be enough for your cache and while you're editing. Gen 4. That Gen 4 is going to come help you a lot if you combine it with a B550 motherboard, because B550's motherboards, the PCI Express NVMe slots are just way faster. So Gen 4 is always the way to go if you're not in like a tight budget. That's my recommendation. Like, everything down is gonna be linked below, by the way, if you guys are asking. Now, my last and final recommendation is graphics cards. This is RTX 2080 Extreme overclocked. I forgot how much is overclocked, but it's an 8 gigabyte and RTX 2080 graphics card. Reason why I got it, it was actually on sale. Not on sale, it was on discount, so I just copped it because it's a 2080. Editing, if you really want to not try to spend money, honestly, you don't need a 2080. Way too expensive now. We'll get into that in a moment. What I recommend you guys is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 Super Founder Edition. So yeah, RTX 2070 Super Founders Edition card is an 8 gig, of course. This is the Super. Not all Supers are 8 gigs. Keep in mind that card's gonna run you at $699, so $700 pretty much, you guys could say. Editing, you really don't need a great graphics card unless if you're doing something, but we'll get there into a second. And then the next card I recommend you guys is the Asus ROG Strix AMD Radeon RX. Too much words up in here. RX 5700 XT overclocked to 8 gigs of boost. That's running up to $500. The difference between those graphics card is the NVIDIA graphics card is RTX, so it's ray tracing. I'll put it in the screen. Don't remember. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. And then besides, like the Radeon right now it was at its peak, but not anymore. I would say personally, because there's the big boy. And the book boy is, I literally have it. Let me show you my notes. I have it in big caps. This is one day my goal. But I would recommend you to like basic editors. GeForce RTX 3090. Now that joint is beautiful, but it is expensive. Beautiful things are expensive, guys. It's gonna cost you $1,499. Why I recommend you that card compared to RTX Titan? If you guys don't know what Titan is, it was at one point the best 3D rendering graphics card. This guy came here and just demolished it. The specs are gonna be somewhere on the screen. Honestly, that's mainly for hardcore 3D rendering people. Not even gamers should have that, in my opinion. So that's the best graphics card. If you really have no budget, that's what you should go for. Or if you want to downgrade from the 30s series, you can get the RTX 3080. That's going to cost you $699. These are my recommendation, guys. My opinion. You guys can do more work. There's multiple videos out there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hit the notification bell, and see you hopefully on 2 Minute Tuesday, boys. Peace.